Hello everyone, I'm RiverFox and welcome to the channel. And today we are carrying on with our Canny Valley Storm Shield Defenses videos. Now don't forget there will be a link in the description down below of the Canny Valley playlist, which is going to cover all of the Storm Shield defenses, the Endurance video as well. Now these builds are primarily for your Storm Shield defenses. They will work to a certain degree in the Endurance, but I will be making changes to those before I do the Endurance, and I will also cover separate videos on those. Okay, and for this time around, we are going to be working on what is, in my case, Amplifier C. And this is the amplifier which is to your southeast of the map. And this one now, for the SSD defenses, can get attacked from the east and from the south and from the west. So there are three different directions it can come from. Now for the west, I don't have massive defenses set up on here because it's not very often that you will get attacked from the west, but it can randomly set it to attack you. Now majority of our defenses are linked in with our home base build, which is over there. So for the kind of lobber shield up here, then do check on the home base video. That one will cover all of your lobber shield and your ceiling drop traps. But for majority of it, they will spawn around this point, and they can spawn at this point up here as well a little bit. So they will aim directly over to our amplifier, which is just over there. And yes, we've left this all open on this side. We do have a lot of electric fields up above to cause some damage as they come in. Now, strangely enough, I don't know why, some of the defenses which I did actually have set up on here are not still here, and I don't know why. There should be two walls in there which I had already built, and yeah, some reason they are not there. There should be two wall launchers on these two. In fact, there should be a wall launcher on there as well. So I don't know what has happened to those and why they are not there. That is pretty weird. But anyway, they will come up from this point, so they will either head off towards the left or they will head off to the right. Now, whichever way they go, as soon as they hit these tar pits and what have you, they will get frozen in their spot, and our wall launchers, which should be on there, will fling them straight back out, and they will have to start again and go through all of the tire traps up here, so not a lot will actually make it in. If they come around to the right, then we do have literally loads and loads of broadsides, which are going to cause them no end of damage. And again, I don't know why we've got structures missing here. I don't know how come, but there should be another wall launcher on this spot here as well, which is going to fling them back out and take more damage. And as they come round, of course, more launchers, and just constantly keep causing damage that way. If they do come around to the left, then they will come through these, which again is pretty much the same as over that side. We've got wall launchers to fling them back out, and we have broadsides then to cause them the damage as they go along. And yeah, they will head towards this direction, and I think only once I ever actually had anything sort of come through this way, and yeah, it takes them all out before they even get to the end over here. So that is your defenses from the west, which I say is very rarely that they will attack. Now, the other directions then they can come from is over your east. And for this one, they will be spawning all the way down here. Now, if for any reason you have placed this amplifier here, then you will not get attacked on that direction for this this amplifier that we're working on. But I have to say I have never placed this on any of the accounts I have done, so I can't actually say where they will spawn from if you have placed this amplifier. But for the purpose of ours, they will spawn anywhere along this back edge around here. So they're going to get hit pretty much instantly by broadsides all the way along on this. And this actually adds to a extra bit of block off here to prevent anything from coming up this way, because they will try and head up this point, and we will get to all of this block off after, but they will try and head up there. So if we get back down here now, they are mainly gonna head in through this direction in here. So we do have some floor launchers down here, which of course fling them back to this spot, which they're going to get hit by all of these tire traps, and pretty much majority will get taken out before they even get to spawn from these. This works phenomenally well. If they do make it far enough, we got some more broadsides on there just for some extra damage. Now you might get the occasional one that will want to come up this ramp here to head in towards the top section up there. So we do have a little bit of block off, which is literally a wall, a ramp, and another wall, and we have a ceiling piece on it as well with a pyramid on top of that, just to prevent anything to go in there. And of course the wall launcher is going to fling them down here anyway, so they will head the way we want them to go. So they will head over along this this sort of ridge up along here. Now you can't place any floor piece at this spot, otherwise they will not be able to get up. They will literally just break it and be done with. So I wouldn't bother wasting a floor there. I do have a sound wall and a launcher. The launcher obviously to fling them back out down through there, and the sound wall if they make it up to this point. And we got tar pit then down on these two with launchers to basically fling them as much as possible over here, and then these two launchers are going to fling them straight back down the bottom again, so they have to start again. If they make it up through here, we do have 4 sets of tire traps up here, followed by 2 ceiling electric fields right at the very top, with some more tar pits on there, which will take care of anything that really comes up. You will not really get anything make it through this point. That's yeah, I've never had anything go through there. Now if they do actually decide to take the long route up and they come up along this slot over here, they will come up through the ramp along this point, or if they manage to break through any of this slot, then they will head around this way. Now we've just got some walls along here to stop them actually getting around to the back. We don't want any launchers on here, otherwise it's going to fling them over this point, which they will then, if it's a lobber or flinger, they will literally just lob straight over the top. So we've left those launchers off of that section, and they will then head over here. So we got tire trap, keep calling it tire trap, tar pit trap on the floor to slow them down with a launcher, which is going to fling them straight out there. And if they get any further, then we've got some wooden floor spikes to cause some damage, sound wall to slow them down so that they will take more damage on the next one, and work their way along here. Now if they were to get up here, we've got some floor freeze traps to freeze them in place with broadsides on both sides, and ceiling electric fields up above. So any point on these 4 squares that they get frozen on, they're literally going to get taken out by all of these traps, and they won't make it through there. Behind this wall over here, of course, we do have, at this point, we do have a natural ramp here. So we do just have a floor piece with a pyramid on top there, and in here we do have a edited pyramid which will be pointing to the southwest. There's no floor piece under there, no back or side on there. That is the wall that has got our launcher on, and just blocked off on there with a wall. So that is our block off there. Then nothing major. You may sometimes get the odd one that will try to break through this spot here, which you can't really build anything on there to prevent it, but hopefully they shouldn't break on it, because they can literally just come the one further along to get into this box. So that should take care of most of it. Now I do have some anti-air traps which I have placed all along the top up here, just for any of the lobbers or flingers that may want to go around this direction over here. They may head up here trying to get a direction on the amplifier to lob to it, so the anti-air traps will take those out. This is the back of our 2 launchers on here. So there's literally just a tiny bit of block off with some edited cones pointing to the southeast. Just 2 of those, just in case, but I mean, chances are you won't need those either. We do have a little bit of a lobber shield along this section on here, just up until the last piece of wall that we placed, just for any lobbers or flingers that do try and come around this spot down here. At least it will prevent them from dealing any damage there. So that is our spawn point from the east, and the only other direction then is from the south, and it may look a lot, but it's not actually that confusing. I haven't placed a base point over here, but if you were going to put a base down, I would probably actually, if you're going to put a base, I would just put it probably around this spot here, or even take out one of these wooden spikes to put it on this spot, so that it will strengthen the main structures around this, and also the main structures around there. So that'll probably be one of the best places to put the base on there. But I didn't even bother putting a base pad down. So for this side then, from the south, and our spawn point is going to be all the way over here. Now again, if you have placed this amplifier, then these structures will not be needed for you. But again, I have never placed that amplifier on either of my accounts, so I'm not sure actually where they will spawn from if you have placed this. They're more than likely going to be further back over here somewhere, so I'm not entirely sure. But for the purposes of our amplifier, then they will spawn mainly around this spot along here, anywhere along here, and anywhere up here, with a little spot on the end under this shield. And also, which is annoying, you will have one spawn point on the top of this as well. So you do need to make sure that you don't have any structures here that are going to be right up to this. Otherwise, all they will do is they will literally just break those structures, and they will just wander straight across the top and straight towards your amplifiers. So make sure that you do have no structures close to that sort of, I don't know even what it's called, that sort of hill. We call it a hill. don't have anything actually touching the sides of that. So if they spawn from anywhere along this, then generally, because of the amount of ceiling traps and ceiling electric fields that we've got, they will tend to head either down this way, and your lobbers and flingers are the worst. They will try to head over here in order to get a direction on your amplifier to cause damage to it. So that is why our lobber shield comes all the way out to this. If they even try to go down here, then our tire traps are going to do damage all the way down to the bottom. Normally takes them all out. Any that spawn up at this point normally just head directly straight forward like this, and any that do a spawn over here, then again they tend to head over that way. Your lobbers and your flingers will sometimes wander all the way over here, which can get a nice angle on your amplifier. So that is why on the top we do have quite a few anti-air traps all the way along this side and all the way along the back edge of our defenses, because they will lob all the way over and aim towards these back ends of the structures, because they're trying to aim to your amplifier, but they just can't reach it. So it normally does try to destroy these back structures, and the anti-air traps will take out majority of their damage. So that will stop that. So they're going to be heading in through here. So we literally have the entire spawn area filled with ceiling drop traps, which is going to take out majority of it straight away. For any that do actually try and spawn up here, then they're going to get taken out pretty quickly by our ceiling electric fields all the way around it, and they will normally just fall down one of these sides and head towards our amplifier. So if they get in through this point, of course we have launchers on all of the front edges, which are going to be constantly sending them back out towards the main drop trap area and take majority out. We have left a few open spots just to make sure there's plenty of space for them to aim and go in, and as soon as they get in, they get hit by a tar pit, which hold them in place while the launcher flings them back out again. And yeah, that is pretty much all of this section. Just make sure there's plenty of open gaps and things that they can get in, and then they won't go smashing at any of these structures. They did sometimes want to try and come over this way, but they used to just fall down here and head towards that bit of block off over there and normally get taken out, so you don't need to worry about over there. But yeah, that is pretty much all of the defenses here. Is just loads of tire pits to hold them in place, and of course I keep calling them tire pits. They're not the tar pits to hold them in place. They are tire drop traps up above, and they will be doing the damage and getting rid of them for you. I left these two structures open rather than blocking them off like that, only because the only thing that would ever try and get through there would be the smashers, and at least if they are falling down here, they will head off to other directions and go and smash at other structures instead, and they're not going to be causing problems up the top, because anything other than a smasher will not make it through this point. And yeah, that is pretty much it. That is our defenses for our amplifier C from both the south and the east and from the west. So I hope you do find this video useful. If you do, don't forget to drop a like down below, smash that subscribe before you go, and if you turn on the notification bell, then you will always get updated of all my content when it comes out. If you do buy anything from the Fortnite store, please consider using code RiverFox, as it will help me out a great deal. And if you do get the time, do check out my Twitter account. The link will be in the description down below, along with a link for the Canny Valley playlist, which will cover all of my SSD and endurance builds. So, until the next time, I hope you have a lovely day and stay safe, my friends.